Welcome to Time Travel Coins. I'm a UK coin collector. What I'm doing at the moment is travelling back in time through my UK and English coin collection, through all the monarchs. I've done a number of videos so far and I'm working back in time, and we've reached the reign of George IV. George IV, born George Augustus Frederick on the 12th of August 1762. He ascended to the throne on the 29th of January 1820. However, he'd been Prince Regent since 1811 due to his father's ill health, George III. His coronation was on the 19th of July 2021, an extremely lavish event, spent a huge amount of money. Back then it was £250,000. That's about £35 million today. And he died on the 26th of June 1830. He didn't have any legitimate children, so the crown went to his brother William. So as usual, what I'll do is I'll go smallest to largest in denomination. My first coin in my collection is a farthing. See there, decent detail on there, but the grading's a bit stricter on these copper coins on George IV, so this one I think is only fine. It's an 1822 copper farthing, vintage 5.9 million, weights 4.72 grams. It's the first portrait of George IV, the laureate's portrait. It's got Britannia reverse there. And this coin, over 200 years old, yet you could purchase this for just a few pounds. The portrait was redesigned. Still the laureate's obverse, but with the slight alterations. George IV, Deo Gratia, by the grace of God, 1828. And the reverse with the Britannia and the three flower emblems at the exurge area at the bottom there. The rose for England, the thistle for Scotland, and the shamrock for Ireland. Britannia, and then the other word in there, Fid, Defender of the Faith, or Fid Def even. So that's probably a bit better grade, very fine. Still only about £9, I think, estimate auction value. That one round. Moving up in denomination, we're going up to the halfpenny. Pretty much the same design. 9 million of these minted, 9.45 grams of copper. Same reverse as the farthing. Probably value this. It's in good fine condition, about £10. Next we have the penny. Do like this coin, excellent detail on it. I'd say extremely fine condition. 1826, the date. There's the reverse, again, excellent condition. Same reverse as the halfpenny and the farthing. George IV there, he was very much into his arts and decor, and he commissioned the design for the Brighton Pavilion, if you didn't know that. Okay. Move that there, quite a way to go. Now we go to the silver coins. Now this is a 3p. It's a Maundy coin, but the reason why I'm including it is because when we reach Victorian times, these coins were circulated and it could have been used in currency if you wanted to do that. It's 1822, only 3,960 minted, so this is quite a rare coin, very fine condition. But I think only about £50 in auction estimate. It was amazing really, considering it's only 3,960 minted. And it all comes down to demand really. So it's not just about rarity when you value coins, you've got to think about the demand for that coin as well. Imagine a US coin from the late 18th century where there was 3,960 minted. It would be worth many, many thousands, tens of thousands, possibly $100,000. Whereas this, you could pick up for 50 quid. That's pretty good, isn't it? If you're a buyer. Not so great if you're a seller. Next we'll move to the 6p. This is 1825, 483,100 minted, 2.83 grams. Probably say this is very fine condition. It's got the shield reverse. So a change from what we saw on William IV and Victoria with the denomination written on the coin. It's got the shield reverse, the usual Latin inscription there. And the shield with the 3 lions, Scottish rampant lion and Irish harp. I'd say this is very fine condition and probably value about £22. Now George IV wasn't too impressed with that portrait of himself, so they tried to change it a little. This is the barehead portrait of George IV. Tried to make it a bit more flattering, but George IV was very obese. He was, had rumours he was eating 7 meals a day, drank lots of wine, port, and that showed. And so the artist had a bit of a tough job trying to get a likeness at the same time making George IV look a bit slimmer. So this is the barehead which he much preferred. Nice reverse with the lion on the crown there, and the rose, thistle and shamrock again. Do like this coin actually, and I'd probably value it about £35 and grade it very fine. Shillings were very similar. This one, 1821, just over 2 million of these minted. 5.66 grams of silver, probably just fine grade, this coin. See different shield reverse there. Probably value this around £25. Again, we've got the different obverse with the barehead portrait. This one, if I can just struggle to bring these into focus when they're a lower grade. But this is less than, well, about fine maybe, shilling from 1829, a slightly rarer year. Say, probably value this around £20. The reverse is the same as the previous coin I showed you. Apologies for the poor focus. What's going off? That's better. There you go. So they're the shillings. So now we'll move up to the half crowns. I've got 3 different ones to show you. The first one is from 1820. There we have the first portrait, laureate portrait, and the first shield reverse. Not quite fine, I don't think, this coin, but still probably value about £27. I'll just move this over here and show you the next one. You can see that the shield is slightly different. The obverse is the same, slightly better grade, I'd say, near very fine condition. 1823. Pop these down. Then finally we've got, of the half crowns, we have the bear head. 1825, this one. 2.25 million of these minted. All these half crowns weigh 14.14 grams. I'd say this one's fine. There's reverse, slightly different shield. And they did make a crown version of this, but it was only a proof version. It's very expensive, so I don't have that. But I do have a crown to show you. And this coin is probably the most important coin in my collection. And the reason behind that was, this is the coin that got me into coin collecting. So when I was a young child, I did look at some pre-decimal coins. My parents had some in a drawer. They were just pennies, halfpennies, and the odd farthing, the odd 3p. I did tend to play with them when I was very little. But when I was a little bit older, about 9 or 10 years old, my grandmother asked me if I was interested in having some coins, some old coins. So naturally I said yes. And it was in this old box, and I opened the box up, and sitting on the top of that box was this coin. It's a crown. It's George the Fourth, sorry. But when I looked at this crown, I was amazed. I thought, wow, this is a coin I've never seen before. It's huge in size. And who's that person on it? It looks like some kind of Roman emperor. And it's all got Latin written all around it. And I was told it was silver, and it was a huge chunk of silver. Actually weighs 28.28 grams of silver. And the back there's a man on a horse with a sword killing a dragon. And I was fascinated by it. And this is the coin that started me off on coin collecting. If I hadn't found this coin, I would have never acquired all the other coins in my collection. So very important to me, this coin, even though it's not particularly interesting from a general numismatic point of view. It's quite common. Although there were only 125,000 minted, most were retained and kept. This one was circulated as well. I'd probably say about fine condition, and value it at £45. So thanks for watching my coins on George the Fourth. My next video will be going back to look at George the Fourth's father's coins, George the Third. Hope you can join me for that one. Thanks.